All right, ladies and gents, this is the Draft Labs A-Dam Tournament Series, Season 2, Week 4, Match 2 of our first set. Counter Instigate Epsilon 1-0 above PNGOE Eclipse. Both teams rushing towards those bushes. V8 gets there first, does get the Q off, but also takes a Q to the dome from PNG Frozen. His Q is a little bit better. He's going for a tier start, you guys. Ezreal, one of the best early game pokers. When you bring him that tier and combine that with a Varus, that is a massive early game composition. We should see some quick shoving from blue side. Consider the wave clear coming from Frosted Cookie on the Janna and the wave clear added from Gato Gods. And this should be a very easy early game advantage for Counter Instigate Epsilon. And they have such a strong early game team here that they should have no trouble carrying this game to a victory in the first 15 minutes. They should be able to get an inhibitor down the first 15 minutes while losing no towers if they play this one right, and then should be able to kind of push that one, shove it forward into a victory, kind of continue their siege until they take down the Nexus. And you can see the poke that's dropping here. It's a poke battle off the bat. This game is going to be very different from the first one. These teams have felt each other out. They felt each other, you know, they felt the play styles from each other. I didn't want to say anything, you know, weird there with feelings. They both know each other's play styles now. You know, they know kind of the individual skill levels and what types of champions each one's going to want to play. We know that Gato Gods is the carry. V8 is kind of the filler here. We all know his champion pools. I guarantee you PNG is no stranger to V8 champion pools, so the Ezreal pick for him is probably not surprising for them. And now, but with in the last game, we didn't see either team with a really great early game composition. They both really wanted to wait out to level 6. Whereas this match, blue side, CIE, they want to take as much of an early game advantage as they can, because at level 6, they are going to be in danger of that big engage comp from red side. Blue versus red, I know, it's awesome, man. It's awesome. I love it. The themes are dope. It's a great feeling when you're playing League of Legends and you discover that there are enough skins in the game for a lot of the comps that you build to have a themed, you know, whether it be a color or actual specific you know, skin. They do have skin lines which you can be themed for as well. You know, things like the military themed skins and the Frozen themed skins, things like that. Very cool. Good shield there from Frost Cookie to negate a little bit of damage as Gato Gods wants to play aggressive. You guys want a little stats on Gato Gods. He held the single highest KDA in Season 1 of our Draft Labs A-Dam Tournament Series, and he is definitely making a good start to Season 2 as well. Got himself a nice KDA. Now, I don't keep track of those things on the website, unfortunately, but I do keep track of them in my head, and I know that Gato Gods has been doing a damn good job. He is the hard carry of Counter Instigate. It's interesting to think about too what players each team is going to be picking up for their second squads. You know, we have these team twos, these T2s, and that's a point to SKT T1 and SKT T2 from back in the day. They only have T1 now, and they simply make roster swaps inside of T1. But you know, we're gonna have these T1s and these T2s coming out from these different communities. It's interesting to see. It's interesting to think about, and interesting to kind of discover over time what champions and what players, excuse me, are going to be picked up by these communities, by V8. You know, who's he gonna take? What free agents is he gonna bring into to counter instigate? It's fun to think about. I have some ideas. Now CI, they are getting the shove down 4 minutes in, and first tower already taken down to about 55%. That's big, you guys. That's real big, and they haven't taken much damage either. You have the wave clear from Janna, the heals from Alistar, the poke from Varus and Ezreal, and you got yourself a sick early game composition. Both disengagers going to be able to keep, peelers you could say, going to be able to keep their carries safe, negate any sort of big engage that's coming out from Team PNGOE Eclipse. And then simply just move back forward, continue the siege, no problem. Frosted Cookie taking a support this match, aside from the usual AD carry. They knew the champions they wanted to take here, and V8 obviously going to get his Ezreal, especially if he's going to be building an AP, which he usually does. The Alistair, Silent Grave, I think it could have gone between Silent Grave and Frosted Cookie. Silent Grave probably wanted the Alistair, so Frosted Cookie, you're next in line for the Janna. Janna, not the most difficult champion to play, but still takes some skills, and we know that Frosted Cookie has the skills to pay those bills. Now, PNGOE doing their best, you guys. They're doing their best to keep this tower alive and to clear these waves, but it's so difficult for them. One of the things that they're lacking in this composition is wave clear. Antiholic has been forced to move forward, take damage, take punishment. Every time a minion wave has been shoved in, it's just made it very easy for Gato Gods and V8 to punish red side. If they take too much more punishment here before they get level 6, they might not be able to make a big engage. Here comes Antiholics. Is level 6, but unable to get the ultimate off. First blood drops to V8 with a nice ultimate of his own. That was not poorly timed by Antiholic, but it was a great chain CC from Silent Grave and Frosted Cookie, not Frosted Cookie, excuse me, and Gato Gods to ensure that Antiholics was not able to get that ultimate off during that little skirmish, because it would have been a good engage. You can tell the Antiholics wanted to make it happen right there. And now with a 3 versus 4 disadvantage and no Sejuani, even more suffering from the side of PNG Omega Eclipse. Gato Gods just spamming those Qs, you guys. This is how you win games on the Howling Abyss, by being given these champions. Antiholics, there's the engage, instantaneous ultimate from Frosted Cookie, but PNG Frozen, he's there. Nice wombo combo, so much damage. His first kill falls in favor of PNGOE. Now Gato Gods exhausted, beautiful late exhaust, forces his flash, Silent Grave, and now is going to be next. Great engage from PNGOE, but look at this, Gato Gods and V8 both left available. No ultimates for them. Double kill now for White Spheres. V8 should be able to get that kill for himself, and this is actually turning out to be a 3-for-3 trade, you guys. The Antiholics taking low, V8 going to want to capitalize. That was a surprising turn of events, you guys. It was a fantastic engage. Let's watch this one again in slow-mo. It was a great engage from PNGOE. The mistake they made was not backing out after they got the first few kills. They took down the 2 tanks. V8 and Gato Gods were left. Those are the 2 that can peel, you guys. So Antiholics, he moves forward. He gets his engage. He gets his dash, but then Frosted Cookie uses the ultimate right away. Gets a good bit of heals off. But here comes Frozen with a mark dash of his own. He also has his Mega Gnar available. Pops it. Gets 2 stunned. It's Silent Grave and Frosted Cookie. I know I said 2 tanks earlier. I meant to say tank and support. Now, luckily enough for Counter Instigate, it is these 2 champions that are being focused down and not the 2 carries, you guys. But they're still not able to deal enough damage in time to get anyone down before the tank and the support are taken out. Now, Gato Gods, I love this exhaust. It was saved for him, and he was in bad position. He's forced to flash. Silent Graves ends up getting taken down right there. That is the moment at which Red Team should back off, because Gato Gods and Ezreal, Varus and Ezreal, even if you can take down Varus, he's going to deal some damage in the process, and he's going to possibly get somebody down, especially with all these ultimates on cooldown. And Ezreal, never chase an Ezreal. Come on now, never do it. Never chase an Ezreal, especially on this map. So this was a difficult thing to watch here, having PNGOE not back off and leave with a victory, but they decided to continue following up. It's not a terrible thing. It's not going to work out too poorly for them, but it's not perfect. And the reason is because the reason it kind of works out is because they were able to die. They were able to go back and spend the gold they just earned. This was a great team fight from PNGOE. It's going to be a little time before they get all those ultimates back off cooldown, but when they do, we can expect that they will have the engage ready. They will have another opportunity to do this, and they will be able to make it happen, because we've seen it from them many, many times before. Their synergy is unmatched, you guys. It was a great engage, and now they've shown their cards, you guys. They've shown now, Counter Instigate, they know that this could happen at any given moment. We haven't seen Wombo Comp teams. We haven't seen synergetic teams like this in the tournament series for a long time. Teams that really love to take these Wombo comps and make use of their team communication, and it's something that is really going to throw Counter Instigate off, in my opinion. The question is CIE's team composition strong enough to negate those values, to negate that slight advantage in that one trait for team PNGOE? The Broken User says, do any teams have an opening for me? Yes, captains. Do any teams have an opening for the Broken User? Now here comes Team Counter Instigate, and they are hitting a very important power spike for themselves, you guys. That is the level 9 power spike. This is the level at which poking champions get rank 5 in their most important spells. That is going to mean that V8 is going to be doing about as much damage percentage-wise to the enemy team as he will ever be doing in this match. Same goes for Gato Gods, and Varus level 9 is one of the scariest things in the game on this map. You guys, look at the damage he brought out. A little bit of over-aggression, a little overextension from PNG Frozen, and he gets punished and taken out right away. That's a big death, you guys, in my opinion, because the ultimate was available. We are seeing the Wombo combo ultimates available, everything up for pretty much both teams. Gato Gods, another kill for him. There was an ultimate there from Sejuani just before she fell, but here comes White Spheres. He's just being kited out. The crowd control, the disengage for blue side is a little bit too strong for that little engage there. That was a faulty engage, and now Counter Instinct come out on top with a couple of kills. This is their time. If they... Oh, excuse me. If they want to take this game, it needs to happen right now. You get this inhibitor down before 10 minutes, it's almost a sealed deal in terms of victory. Because you can starve the enemy team out by occupying their base. Here comes Antiholics, no ultimate available. Gato Gods pops his own. Silent Graves also gets a nice double knockup. Not too much damage to drop here. It was 2 tanky members of PNG that they just dropped down, but they actually spent a lot for that one, but it's still not bad. They at least negated. That was the disruption that I talk about. They at least disrupted some engage. They were able to kind of continue this extended laning phase. They want that. Damn, you guys, Gato Gods now on a killing spree. Level 9. Level 9's the real power spike, man. If PNG can keep this inhibitor alive for longer than 11 minutes, I'm actually going to be surprised. And once these super minions start coming in, there isn't an incredibly large amount of single target damage available on PNGOE. Those super minions are going to be a hassle to deal with. Antiholics jumps forward, disengaged right away, and Counter Instigate pick up another kill. PNG are simply being starved at the moment by a level 9, level 10, level 11 Gato Gods on his Varus. This is his champion, you guys. This is where he picked up most of his KDA stats in the last match. Ultimate force by Frosted Cookie. Here comes PNG Frozen. Does not have the Mega Gnar. He might take too much damage here. No, he actually is given a way out. Now he is building the Mega Gnar up again. Gato Gods looking for a Q. If he can find it, it might even be a kill for him. Nope, it's dodge. Here comes Antiholics again. No ultimate available. He's looking for the slows, though. Ultimate drop by V8. Doesn't deal too much damage. This is the little bit of counter-engaging coming out from not counter-instigate. Nice ultimate from Frozen. Locks down 2. We've actually seen 3 kills dropping in favor of PNGOE in the last few seconds here. Surprisingly enough, maybe an overstayed welcome by Team Counter Instigate. They did get the inhibitor, mind you, and they may have just tried a little bit too hard. They may have stayed a little bit too long just to get the inhibitor down, but it is worth, in my opinion. It is a big victory for them. Frosted Cookie now the only one left here, and this is good decision making by Red Team to move forward and tank up a couple of tower hits. Honestly, they should have let Antiholic die there. That would have been a better decision. We're only 11 minutes into this match, you guys, and the death timers are still low. Antiholics would have almost guaranteed been able to get back into the fight with full health and new items, but now Antiholics and Jane Core both very low and are susceptible to deaths by Varus Q. Look at the damage, you guys. Almost 35, I'd say about 35% of White Spears. The Jarvan's health here. Here's his ultimate. Tries to lock down V8, but he has the flash available. Nice disengage from Silent Grave. Ultimate from Antiholics also whiffs, you guys. That is so unfortunate. It was a good ultimate, but they simply just backed off. Peel and disengage. That's what the name of the game is right now for Counter Instigate. Every engage attempt from PNGOE is so difficult to make happen against this squad. And now that Silent Grave is getting tanky and able to occupy those front lines and simply just body Counter Instigate's way into the enemy base, right now things are looking very grim for PNG. I hate to say it, and I know that there is always comeback potential, but right now they only have a few minutes, you guys. They only have a few minutes and a few opportunities to get this game back in order before they're simply just overrun. Gato Gods, another kill for himself. Now 6, 2, and 3. on his Varus. 4, 1, and 3 for Ezreal. You guys can see why these champions are prioritized, and this needs to go in the notebook. Oh my goodness, another kill for V8. He's got the items that he likes. He loves his Lich Bane. He loves his Rod of Ages. Or excuse me, not Rod of Ages. What am I talking about? He loves his what's he building into next? It should be a Void Staff. He loves his Void Staffs. He loves just straight AP on his Ezreals, you guys, and it shows. His burst damage is pretty massive. Here comes PNG Frozen. Asked about the ultimate. It was actually very well timed. He's getting a lot of damage down. Here comes Jarvan as well. Disengage drops by Janna. She is taken down by the massive damage from the turrets. And PNG might actually have an opportunity here after all. They do get Janna down. They lose 2 for it. But with V8 low, Gato Gods drops the first Nexus Tower. Here comes Anti-Holics. Mark Dash, a slippery entrance. Doesn't get too much out of it though. Counter Instigate decided to back off of this one. Maybe too dangerous to stick around with all the members of PNG so healthy. Now's the time, you guys. The ultimates are not quite available. PNG Frozen doesn't have his, but there is still some combo potential. They need to get the perfect jump. There's so many things they need at this point in the match, you guys. And right now, Counter Instigate are actually giving them time. Counter Instigate haven't been as aggressive as I would have liked them to be. You know, this is an AMAM status. They have a composition that AMAM would have killed for, but they're not playing it out the same way that AMAM would. And they're respecting a little bit too much. They have a massive advantage right now, and they're respecting a little bit too much. Nice ultimate there from V8. His ultis are deadly after those combos from Ezreal. Jane Core taken down very low. Does have the heals though. This is Nidalee we're talking about. They wanted that engage. Frozen misses the Mark Dash. He does get a jump though, and Silent Graves instantaneously disengages him. The Alistar here is the key pick for Team Counter Instigate. The inhibitor has responded, you guys. That's why I'm saying that CI are respecting them a little bit too much. They should have shoved as hard as they possibly could, and shouldn't have allowed the time for this inhibitor to respawn. They have a comp that can do that, but they did, and the more time you give to PNG, the better it is going to be for them. Now, we did see Jane Core fall to another Gato God's Q, and that's going to give them free reign to that inhibitor. Whoa, another Gato God's Q lands on Frozen. He's chunked down real hard. This actually might be game right here, you guys, with Frozen so low, and now taken down. Gato God's unstoppable. Second Nexus turret falls. 2 members down for Team PNGOE. It might be a smooth victory here. Anti-Holics, nice engage. No follow-up, though. A great disengage from Frosted Cookie, healing up all members of Counter Instigate. Things are looking a little bit too grim now for PNGOE, and with White Spheres amidst all 4 members, that was actually a beautiful ultimate. That one would have been a game changer if there was more follow-up available, but unfortunately, that was not the case. Counter Instigate will take this victory in a very smooth fashion. They just starve the enemy team. Sometimes when you watch victories like this, you guys, actually PNG Frozen is going to go in, try to get a kill. He actually finds one. Lucky for him, that was a good play. Smooth play. Gato Gods doesn't want to let that Nexus die without avenging his fallen captain, but unfortunately the Nexus goes down anyway. Lots of super minions underneath that puppy. Now, you guys, when watching victories like that, it could definitely seem, you know, it could definitely seem like it's, I don't know, I don't want to say not entertaining, but it definitely could seem like it's a little bit broken, because what Blue Team were able to do was absolutely starve the enemy team of being able to get anything, because they took such a huge early game advantage. They got themselves so deep into Blue Side's base that even when Blue Team came out and made a really great play, got a couple of good kills, won a team fight, they weren't able to push anything down because the death timers were still too short. It wasn't late enough into the game to merit a complete shove from Blue Side's base all the way into Red Side's base, because you have to clear those minions, you have to get underneath the tower. It's just a lot of time wasted walking back to the first tower that's available. That's what these teams thrive at, these early game compositions, and they are the most dangerous in our meta. These are the things you have to these are the comps you have to worry about, and these are the things you have to ban against. The Wombo combo comps, the team fighting comps, the late game comps. Those are all things that need to be won through individual skill. But allowing a team like Counter Instigate to get a comp like this is a no-no. And you guys, it was all due to the lack of experience in our meta from the PNG players. It's not something that is going to be remedied right away. It's something that's going to be remedied over the weeks. They needed to lose to a comp like this in order to, you know, determine for themselves what makes it so good and how they can play against it. Because I guarantee you, they're going to come out. They're the team. This is the type of team they are. They're their own community. They all play with each other, and they're very synergetic. They will come out with a strategy, I guarantee you, that we have not seen before to fight against these early game comps. And I'm excited to see it. But for now, this was a good learning opportunity for Team PNG to go up against one of our better teams, taking one of the better comps that we've seen here in the Draft Labs 8am Tournament Series. Well played. Congratulations to Team Counter Instigate Epsilon. They take this set in a 2-0 sweep over Team PNG Omega Eclipse. GG.